We're now in the summer travel season as travelers are making plans to go overseas. Before you plan your trip, especially if you're traveling to a region where there is conflict, there are a few things that you should know. And here with some advice on planning your trip is travel blogger Nichole Richardson. Nichole Richardson, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me, Debbie.
Appreciate it. This is very, very important because there are a lot of hot spots around the globe, and some of these countries are very popular tourist destinations.
True.
So let's talk about, first of all, where are the countries that Americans really should not plan on traveling to at all if it's not necessary?
Definitely, I would not suggest going to Egypt right now. Somalia, Israel is even a hot spot. They are places that the U.S. State Department recommends that Americans do not travel to right now.
And speaking of the State Department, if someone is traveling overseas, I wonder, would you recommend that they check with the State Department no matter where they're going, even if it's one of the more popular countries, to see what the advisories are?
Yes, you should always check with the U.S. State Department before you travel. They will offer advisories to let you know, not even if there's unrest, but if there's some disease or anything that's popping up in that area.
I know I've done a fair amount of traveling abroad, and on the State Department website, there's the opportunity to register with the State Department. Is that something that you recommend doing, and why would that be important?
I don't know if it's particularly necessary if you're going to a very popular touristy destination, if you're going to the Caribbean, if you're going, to Mexico or any of those places. But certainly if you're traveling somewhere where there could be the potential for unrest, there could be the potential for kidnappings, anything like that, you should definitely register.
Okay, so let's talk about some tips. What are some things generally people should do to make sure that their travel is safe and that things go well?
You should start thinking about safety before you even leave. So one of the things you need to be doing is making copies of all your passport, your visas, and giving those documents to a family member that's staying home so that if you lose them, they will have them to send to you. Also, give your itinerary over to a family member so they know you're traveling, where your hotel, your air flight, everything, they should know. And then you should also, once you arrive, keep these copies with you in case something should happen, while you keep the hard copies in a safe.
Now, if perhaps, God forbid, you get into a country and get into a little bit of trouble, maybe you're a victim of violence or crime or somehow get involved in a crime, what do you recommend people should do? Where do they turn for help?
Basically, you would do the same thing you would do here in the U.S. You would contact your local police department, make sure that you get a copy of a police report, and then you should go to the local consulate, whatever your consulate is. In my case, it would be the U.S. Consulate, and make sure that you speak to someone there, let them know what's happened.
If you go into a region that is sort of iffy, I mean, it's okay to travel to, but maybe there is some sort of conflict or unrest, is it important to contact the local embassy to just let them know that you're in the country?
I certainly would. I mean, a great example of that right now is going to Istanbul. If you're going traveling to Turkey, which is a big and beautiful place, but they happen to be having some civil unrest right now, you should definitely check in.
All right, Nichole Richardson, thank you so much. Good to see you.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have you.